All right. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
might fuck this up a couple of times.
Oh
so
no,
yeah.
I mean I fuck it up plenty of times at home, so let's right, let's do this.
Okay. Hi everybody, welcome back to Fragmental. So that opening intro was just a funny little skit that Steve and I came. It is Steve, isn't it?
Yeah. That's fine,
Frags to
yeah, word to your mother. You know.
word to word to your mother.
Yeah.
Where does that come from, by the way? Word to your mother. Anyway, don't bother going into it. So that was all just a little bit of a joke. Steve was doing some work in York, and he said, "Chris, let's go out for a beer." So we decided to go out for a beer, and we thought we'd film a little video for you at the same time. So welcome to my channel.
Thank you for having me. It's good to be here.
You're welcome.
Looking forward to it.
And
Stay tuned to FM.
cheers. Steve on his channel has tagged me in a video, and it's the top 5 fragrances that I would rebuy from 2018. So since Steve is going to be here in York, we thought we may as well collab on this video. And he's going to pull out the 5 fragrances that I've chosen that I will rebuy, and I'm going to explain to him why I like them so much. He's going to sniff them, some of them for the very first time, so you get some of his first impressions as well, and hopefully it will be a nice, entertaining little colour. So, first of all, Steve, how's it going? Channel's going well. Really enjoying it.
I'm just really enjoying it, to be honest. It's just always been a hobby, so I just thought, yeah, why not? Obviously, I've watched your channel for a while. I've watched many others, and yeah, it's just good fun, and it's a good excuse. It gives me a reason to buy fragrances, which I like.
That's one of my reasons as well. Yeah.
The wife would always be like, "Oh, you're getting another one. You're getting another one," and now it's like,
it's for the channel.
Yeah. It's
for the channel.
I need to. So I kind
it's work.
Exactly.
Write it off the tax bill.
Yeah, exactly. Claim the tax back. Yeah. So car over here.
Okay, no, we're not going as far as that. But so Steve's channel is great. He's starting out. He's been going for a few months now, but he's got a great take on the fragrances. He's leans towards the more budget end of the fragrance market.
I've always sort of aimed it at more affordable fragrances, mainly because again I get less grief from the wife because I'm not spending as much money, but also it's just a bit more approachable and accessible to the average Joe who's not spending £80-90 every week on fragrances. But I do still get some nice fragrances and more expensive ones, so I try and include them. But yeah, and then when I do, people always go, "Oh, do the cheap ones." So you can't win, can you?
Well, my wife thinks that Roger Parfum's Enigma costs £10.
That's what I need to do. It's budget. I've got it in TK Maxx. Yeah, Creed of Venice.
Yeah. So whilst we have a beer, we're going to have a chat. So we're going to go through my top 5 fragrances that I bought in 2018, not that were released in 2018, and I'm going to explain why I like them, and Steve's going to sniff them at the same time. So let's go.
Yeah, let's do this. So I thought this was an interesting concept. So this is why I did this, because as a collector, how many fragrances have you got? Do you even know?
No, I've not actually counted. Bottles. Maybe about 100, but decants and samples, I've probably got about 300 samples and decants.
See, this is the thing. So, as a collector, you get these fragrances, and we're always looking for the one, aren't we? We're looking for that special fragrance that means something, or it's amazing, or
blows your mind.
It's the game changer. So you're always looking for that.
Yeah.
So this kind of topic has been is a bit of a dichotomy, because some people say I wouldn't rebuy any because I'm a collector, so I just want to try the next one. I want to move on. But then I think if you find one that you like is special and it gets damaged, broken, stolen, used up, I like to think that some of the fragrances you bought last year mean something to you. Either they're amazing, personal reasons, or they're unique. So I'm going to find out. So let's do this. So number 1, I'm not surprised this is in the list.
Yep.
Tom Ford Ombre Leather. So talk to me. Why is it in the list?
So Ombre Leather is it's a scent DNA that I really enjoy. When I first started getting into niche or higher end fragrances, and we've got those over there so they don't smell of Ombre Leather.
That's a good show.
Tuscan Leather was one of the first I smelled, and around the same time I smelled Oud Wood and Tobacco Vanille, and I was thinking, wow, this private blend from Mr. Ford is really kind of blowing my mind. And I smelled Tuscan Leather for the first time, and it was a fragrance that I smelled Oud Wood first, and that was really intoxicating, and it just took me on this amazing journey. And then Tuscan leather's an even stronger smell. So I think it's not for the faint-hearted. It's not for everyone, which is why Tuscan leather doesn't often get a lot of love, particularly from the females, kind of in terms of compliments, because it's such a rich and such a strong smell that it can prove quite divisive. I'm in love with Tuscan leather. I think it's a gorgeous fragrance. And then when I tried ombre leather, I tried it in Selfridges first of all, and I was just instantly reminded of the similarity to Tuscan leather. It's very similar, other than the leather note I don't think is as potent. It's not as strong, and you get a strong raspberry in Tuscan leather, and this is more of a kind of a general fruity accord. So you get that fruity accord. It's more like a smoother suede leather rather than a real sharp leather. So it's a little easier to wear. It's a little more mass appealing.
Because I've never tried the original, like Tuscan leather. I've never tried it. I've smelt this before today, months ago. I did a shopping video on my channel, and my girly friend Daisy absolutely loved this. She fell in love with this, which straight away it made me tempted to buy it. And it is really smooth. It's really nice, and I can smell the quality. But it's all I get is leather. I get some of the other things, but it's it is lovely. Don't get me wrong, it's really nice. But as you well know, I'm a big fan of Noir Extreme. I smelt that the same day I smelt this. So when I smelt that, this got pushed aside because I just love Noir Extreme.
I mean, I get more fruit than leather, to be honest.
Really?
Maybe it's because I'm familiar with Tuscan leather, and the leather seems a bit dialed down from that one. But I just love wearing this, and the fact that it's in the signature line and not in the private blend, and it's the same scent DNA as the Ombre Leather 16 that used to be in the private blend, which cost a lot more. You're getting a fantastic quality of juice for a signature line price. Which,
how much is this? Do you know?
The 50ml was about full retail about 82, but I got a couple of discounts added onto that, and I think I picked it up for about 60 quid, something like that. Yeah, and I love the bottle. I think the bottle design is really nice. It's a departure from the rest of the bottle designs from the signature line.
Compliments?
Yeah. This is
your sisters liked this, I think.
My sisters liked this, and I wore it for work. And a work colleague, as soon as I walked into work, she said, "Chris, whatever you're wearing today, it's really nice."
It is. It's very manly. I can see why women dig it.
Yeah. So ombre leather. Let's move on. It's not a 30-minute video.
Yeah, that's a good point raised.
Another test strip for you.
Oh yes. So, Wanted by Night.
Azzaro Wanted by Night. I mean,
smelling an empty strip there.
I'm semi-familiar with the original, but I don't own it. I do have a sample of it.
The original's just Invictus. It's so similar to Invictus to me.
Quite a generic.
It's too similar to Invictus.
Okay, that's interesting.
But this, today was the first time I smelt this, actually. I've been wanting to get my nose in it for so long. And I get the hype. I totally get the hype.
Yeah. I love this because it's not generic. It's definitely designer, but it's got enough complexity to it and quality to it. Yeah, it's got a bit of leather, bit of tobacco, I think, and a lot of cinnamon. So it's a really sweet fragrance. But sweet fragrances tend to project really well, and it's got a lot of depth to it as well. I'm really enjoying this. It projects. It's quite addictive, as you can see.
I'm
Mr.
really enjoying this.
He's addicted to it.
I'm now thinking this needs to be. I need to get this.
But the main reason is that I just like the gun barrel.
Apparently, you can't take this on an airport or something, airplane. Apparently, is that true or is it a myth?
What about grenades? What about Spice One? Can you take Spice One?
No, apparently not. But
yeah, well, I won't try.
I mean,
it's got to be a massive gun if that's part of a gun.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, so it's just a beautiful fragrance. It's lovely to wear. It projects. It gets compliments.
Does it perform well?
Yeah, it performs really well. This one lasts.
I think I might have to get this.
I think you might.
It's really, it's just really nice, rich. I like you say the tobacco note. It's again really manly. It's not too sweet. There's some sweetness to it where it's appealing. I can see where you could use it on a date, but it's not. Really like that. Really like that. Next.
Good. Yeah. Next. Let's move on.
Thank you.
Oh, it's my little baby. My little baby.
So talk to me then.
This one was a real treat. I had to think long and hard before I pulled the trigger of this. I'd gone through several decants of Enigma from Roger, and the first I smelled it. I got it because I'd seen a video on Stephen Redolescence's channel, and it was one of his favourite tobacco fragrances. He raved about it, and I thought I need to try it. And I got the perfume parlour version, which is one of the few perfume parlours that I've not been as impressed with. It's a nice enough scent, but it's not that close. It's not got the depth or the complexity.
Might check it.
Of the
might
original.
help if I see where the actual.
Did you just waste a spray?
No, I've got the strip right in the middle.
It's
You
coming
can just-
over.
yeah.
And so this is one of those that I smelled earlier on in my fragrance journey, and I just instantly got drawn into this. You know, the depth of this feels like infinite. It feels like the depth goes on forever and ever. You've got
I get that.
You've got the smooth vanilla and ginger and cognac, and it just seems to go on forever. So, you know, some fragrances you smell and you can kind of smell the bottom of them straight away. You can smell the end of the fragrance. This is one of those fragrances that doesn't seem to end in terms of where it takes you. In terms of the
needless
scent.
to say, you can just smell the quality. It's so well blended.
It is a masterpiece. Yeah.
What sort of responses do you get to this? What reactions?
Good. Yeah, I've had good reactions from this.
I just imagine it's
quite complex and
I can imagine it being divisive because you can smell the quality. It's beautifully blended, but I can imagine it's one people either really like or really.
There's a lot of
don't.
vanilla in this, which goes down well.
I get a lot of ginger.
Sweetness. Yeah, there is definitely a lot of ginger. Ginger comes out a little bit more as well as it dries down, and the vanilla. So you lose a little bit. The cognac remains throughout the life, but it fades. It's mainly the opening that I get most of the cognac, and then you get this lovely, and the dry down. The base isn't just a it's a nice dry down. Let's make do with it. It's a beautiful kind of vanilla and ginger dry down, which stops projecting as much as it does in the first couple of hours, and I think a lot of it's that boozy cognac that constitutes most of the projection. So when that dies down, it's projecting less and it's more of a skin scent, so it's not compared to these two, it's not a shouty fragrance at all. It's a slightly more kind of on the skin fragrance, but first couple of hours really nice projection and a lovely dry down. It's complex, it's intoxicating, it's one of those addictive smells, and it's a special smell to me. Whenever I wear this, it just gives me an extra spring in my step, and it just makes me feel special.
I get just from the quality. I can imagine wearing that, you just feel good. That's
Totally.
what I can imagine.
Yeah. I put a suit on, I spray Enigma, I'm good to go.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
Next. I should just say, if anybody thinks I've drunk so much I've got the shakes, it's because it's really cold in this bar. I'm actually shivering. So don't just think I'm some sort of.
He thinks Azara Wanted by Night makes you feel more manly, and I think he needs a bit of manliness.
I do, yeah. So go for it. I'll spray some of that.
Little bit of Azara Wanted by Night. There you go. Has that warmed you up?
Nice. Right.
This one will warm you up.
Alexandria fragrances.
So I raved a little bit about that this year. So Hani from Alexandria sent me this one, and he sent it along, and he didn't really say anything, and then I messaged him the day I sprayed this on for the first time, and I just said, Hani, I've just put on Fez 1984, and he just sent a message back saying, it's good, isn't it? And he knew that he'd come out with a winner with this one. It's I love tobacco. It's a beautiful, wet, rich Cavendish tobacco.
It's really addictive. I'm literally just addictive. Sticking out my nose.
Dried fruits, rum,
just get
touch of leather, vanilla. I get a little cocoa vibe from it. Reminds me of like a rum and hot chocolate type of drink.
That's really nice.
Yeah, and this is a beast. Fez 1984 is getting a lot of love because the composition is so well blended and quite complex, but without being so complex. It's just for people who love niche and niche snobs. It's not that. It's not a generic designer. It's not an overly complex niche. It's perfectly in the middle. It projects amazingly well. I wear this, and for 10 hours I'm getting that lovely scent all day. People have complimented me on the scent. They say it's really nice. I mean, what's not nice about
it's really nice.
What's not to like about it? It's beautiful.
It's sort of quite. It's very distinctive, very prominent. It's kind of quite sort of spicy, really. Isn't it?
Yeah.
What? I mean, I know you love your tobacco scents as well, and the sort of darker kind of scents as well, so it makes sense really. But.
Yeah. It's great, and for such a niche quality scent.
How much is that one? You can tell I do affordable fragrances because everyone I'm like, how much is that?
Yeah, how much is that? Yeah. They're all slightly different prices. I think they're around the £40 mark.
That's not bad though, is it?
No, and that's for a 30ml bottle, which you can see on You've rinsed, which is, I mean, to be fair, that is probably testament to the quality of that. How many fragrances you've got and you've used all of that. So. Yeah.
There's one left.
One left.
We've not. We should say we've not really done these in order. They're not like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't think.
No. We just said let's do them in whatever order.
Them, so they all equally mean. I might at the end force you to pick one. I don't know if I had a grenade or gun to your head, but we'll see. So that is heavy.
That is heavy.
Yeah.
Why don't you
do
the heavy cap thing that everyone does on Parfums de Marly's videos?
That is.
So we've gone for
comedy. Yeah.
Parfums de Marly's Carlisle. I mean, if you follow my channel, if you watch my channel, you know how much I love this one.
So am I stating the obvious that this is your favourite from the house?
Yeah, favourite from the house. Yeah.
Just checking. Yeah. I didn't know. If you
I love most of them. In fact, all of them that I have tried from Parfums de Marly, I really like because they've all got this. Really rich, full-bodied beast mode performance.
And you're wearing one from the house today as well, aren't you? Your scent of the day?
No.
Are you not?
No.
Oh, I thought you were. Sorry, my bad.
No, not wearing a Parfums de Marly today. It's Byron, the new one.
My bad.
The Byron Parfums.
Sorry, bad memory.
So this one it's not Enigma, but it is a little bit of an Enigma. You look at the note breakdown of this one, and it's more than the sum of its parts. I've said this before. I get a little bit of oud, a tiny, just the right amount of oud from it. I think it's got some mandarin. It's like a fruity, floral gourmand. I get a nice kind of apple crumble dessert type of smell from it. So it's quite gourmandish. But never cloying. It's got enough complexity to never be cloying. And it reminds me of the tobacco you get in Herod from Parfums de Marly, and it reminds me of the apple you get from Ojan. So it's kind of, and it has been described as that, as a little bit of a hybrid between Herod and Ojan, and then a few more little twists to make it its own thing as well.
There's not leather in there, is there?
I don't think leather's listed, but
it's just me.
Yeah. How do you think that smells compared to Hafez 1984?
Have we still got the strip?
I can't. Was that the strip?
You tell me.
I think that was the.
I might have gone in the middle for one of them.
Yeah, that's Hafez. Yeah. Just clear your nose. Give it and then clear it, and then go for that. Any similarities?
Yeah, it's similar.
Yeah, very similar. Very similar. Definitely. I don't think it was intentional. I don't think Hani intended to make it as a clone of Carlisle, because he would market it as that if he did. But it is very similar, very similar to.
Yeah. I think that one. Oh, I'm trying to decide.
I think I get a punchier, kind of woody, maybe oudi note on that I don't get. I do get on this, but not as strongly. And this one maybe is not quite as smooth, not quite as. This one's smoother, not quite as complex. This is a bit more complex. A little bit, but very similar, I thought.
This one feels a bit darker and a bit more richer to me.
Okay.
But that one, yeah, I think that's a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
I bet that analogy, was it the fruit crumble or apple crumble?
Yeah, apple crumble dessert, yeah.
Yeah. I get that. So with that one feels a bit darker and a bit more resinous, I don't know, I almost do get like a leather type note from it. I don't know why.
Okay.
It's just me.
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone picks out different things. So that's all
your five. Right, gun to your head. Or someone else said this to me the other day, that as a video idea, the house is burning down. You can grab run fragrance on your way out. Which one are you going to grab? This is really unfair. Chris didn't know I was going to do this actually, so
I have no idea.
I've put you on the spot. Come on, instincts. Just right, the house is burning down. Let's get out of here, quick. Oh, okay. Well, that's it then.
That's a hard choice. I mean, I was nearly going to go for Enigma because I love it so much. if I was only going to have one, if I could only have one fragrance, I think that this is just a little more versatile than
I get that.
Enigma.
I prefer that to Enigma.
Oh, do you? Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. It's a very sweet, addictive scent. Enigma is a very kind of complex. There's a lot going on. I think the first time people smell Enigma, it can take them a bit of time to kind of work out what it is and what's going on. But this is just nice straight off the bat. This is. I mean, so is Enigma, but straight away this is a crowd pleaser.
Just quickly, if I had to put these in order, just from that literally smell, so I've not worn them, I don't know how they dry down, anything. Just this is
first impressions.
This is really crude. I'm really excited by this. This I really like.
Wanted by Night. Yeah.
I would then go for that.
Carlisle.
Probably then that.
First 1984.
I'd probably swap them around.
Yeah, ombre leather, and then Enigma.
I with that, totally get the quality, beautifully smooth.
Yeah.
But does it? It's the notes don't excite me.
It grows on you a little bit,
and the dry down might be better.
It's a little bit of a grower, Enigma.
But yeah, that's what I'd do. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so we're going to bring the video to a close because we don't want it to go on too long. I think it's probably gone on too long already, but hopefully you've enjoyed the different environment in the pub that we're filming in. It's been good enough. We should mention the pub is here in the centre of York. It's called Boba Lobos. So if you live in York or if you visit York, come and visit Boba Lobos. It's a cool little bar. As you can see behind us, they serve great beer and all sorts of other drinks. I did see that there's 2 mojitos for £9 deal on the board outside. So after this beer, we might be
my treat.
Might be on the mojitos. Your treat. Great.
Cool. Cheers,
well, cheers, Steve, for tagging me and for coming into the video. I wouldn't have done this content if Steve hadn't have tagged me, and I think it's a nice little concept for a video. Hopefully Steve will come back and do some more videos. I've really enjoyed having this different. Usually I'm just filming on my own, so it's really nice. Just
lonely. Yeah, it's a lonely job.
It's a lonely life. It's a lonely life. Let us know what you think of my choices of my 2018 fragrances. Have you tried any of these? We'd love to hear your feedback because obviously you've got my opinion, you've got Steve's first impressions. But it always helps people viewing the videos to get as many opinions as possible in case they're thinking of purchasing any of these. So do leave some comments down below. All that's left to say is thanks for watching, and remember, keep tuning into FM and keep smelling good.
Oh, nearly. You beat me to it.
Cheers.
There we go. Is that all right?
Great, mate. Perfect. That's one video in the back.
I was literally shivering. I was trying to stop myself, but I could feel it. I was like, oh.